Imagine Animal Crossing, Traveler's Rest, Layup, and Panorama all combined into one game. You would guess something like Sugar Shack. Hi, I'm LochVaness, your one-stop shop for all things gaming, and I'm going to be giving you my first thoughts on Sugar Shack and kind of let you decide whether it's going to be worth your time and worth your money. Welcome to the world of Sugar Shack, a cozy cooking management game where the seasons are forever set to early spring, and the air is filled with sweet scent of maple syrup. In this cozy haven of sugary goodness, you're the master of your destiny. Fire up the oven, tend to the land, tap those maple trees, and watch as your very own Sugar Shack thrives. When you first get started in the game, you get pushed out of an airplane, land on this island called, I don't know how to pronounce this, Fleur de Lurs? Fleur de Lurs? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. And you get greeted by the devil, which he ends up guiding you through the tutorial. To be honest, when I first got into the game, I was a little bit confused. Listen, guys, how am I supposed to get an axe? Like, what is it? Is it just me, or did I miss an instruction somewhere? It definitely does not hold your hand. Sugar Shack revolves around you starting up and managing your own Sugar Shack. While it's not so much of a story-driven game, it is kind of like a tycoon style of game. So if you're looking for something that has a big story in it, this is not it. They do have a few interesting characters, but their stories are not too deep. I feel like when I was playing it, I got the enjoyment of completing each milestone and having a successful Sugar Shack business day. The shack is the central hub of Sugar Shack's gameplay, featuring the dining area and the kitchen on the first floor, and bedrooms on the second. Players can welcome customers by opening the restaurant and choosing their menu. Cooking dishes to perfection not only keeps customers happy, but always builds the Sugar Shack's reputation and attracting more hungry patrons. In Sugar Shack, the cleanliness of your Sugar Shack is directly tied to your customer satisfaction and success of your business. Customers dropping plates or making a mess can be a common occurrence, and it's your responsibility to ensure a clean and pleasant dining environment. Players can view unlocked recipes when pausing their game and clicking on the recipes tab. Recipes can also be bought or obtained through quests, which you can also pin them. You get to choose the menu, which I thought that was really cool and a fun element they added into the game. You have multiple resources that you can gather throughout the game, which can be uncovered by placing tiles in the world. Each tile contains multiple kinds of resources, and tiles can also be placed so players can have easy access to them. With foraging, you have to be aware of your basket because it can easily fall off the edge, and I have no idea where it goes once it falls off. In that case, I just end up restarting the day. And remember, accidents happen to the best of us, kind of like when you blow up your farm in Stardew Valley. Yeah, we've all been there. When it comes to cultivating your crops, you get to grow crops like beans, carrots, onions, potatoes, and wheat, and players can not only customize their menu but also ensure a steady supply of ingredients for their recipes. When it comes to crafting is going to be a key gameplay mechanic that allows players to create various items and resources that allows you to progress and enhance your Sugar Shack business. You get to create tools and equipment to streamline your operations. When it comes to world building, the player can buy tiles and receive them through quests and choose where to place the hexes in the Mystic Atlas. The entire map can be customized by picking and choosing your hexagonal world tile, and you can also move them freely wherever you want. When it comes to co-op, I had a lot of issues in this department. I tried one night to play with my friend and we couldn't even get our games to connect. I don't know if there's been an update since. Hopefully there has been, but I didn't get to experience that. You have 5 NPCs that you run into. You have the Devil, Corvée, you have Alexis, the Admiral Walker, and you have Antony. The music in the game, when I first got started, I am one of those people that get very overstimulated, but all the noise is very fast. So when I first stepped into the Sugar Shack, I was quite overwhelmed. So I did have to turn down a lot of those sounds so I can have a more relaxing, calm playthrough. Now, when it comes to replayability and overall value, there's a few things that you should consider before buying. First off, the price point. It's only $19.99, so it's not gonna be something that's gonna break the bank if you do want to try it, which is also a plus. But as I mentioned before, I do slightly feel that there is a bit of a content gap within the game. The game's premises is built around building and running your own Sugar Shack business. While that's all fun on its own, right? It's so important for games to have that extra value of depth and variety to keep the players engaged. If it doesn't offer much beyond starting your business, you might leave craving wanting more features or gameplay options. Ultimately, I feel like it's all about personal preference. If you're looking for something more casual, laid back, centered around running your own business, this might be right up your alley. But if you were hoping for something a little bit more extensive, you might find this one lacking a little bit. Some aspects that I would absolutely love to see added into the game would be a little bit more backstory to the character, additional dialogue options, and perhaps maybe some visual cues when there's a quest that needs to be completed by an NPC. The pacing of the days I feel like could be a little bit better to make it a more relaxed experience. I've constantly felt like I was either rushing to focus on my business that day or I would go and gather resources. I had to choose between the two. There is no consequence for whether you run the shack a day or if you don't. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you're after a laid back, casual gaming experience, Sugar Shack might be your next cozy adventure. Overall, on a scale of 1 out of 10, I think I would give Sugar Shack probably a solid 7. Fun and engaging simulation game with the room for growth and additional content. While it might not be the most in-depth experience, it offers such a fun world of managing your very own Sugar Shack.